Okay guys, we're here for event number 2, the 40-yard dash. This one's going to be a fun one, but we also need to pay you guys need to pay close attention to some of the rules in order for the equipment to work right, time you guys effectively. We need to make sure and go over this video very carefully. Okay, so John is going to talk a little bit about the setup positions and everything we need to make sure you guys hit. But just so you guys know, we're on the turf for demonstration purposes only. The actual event is going to be outside on the cement. So remember, you don't have to bring cleats for the turf. It's going to be outside on the cement. So whatever shoes you like to do that in there, you may. John, you want to go over a couple of the standards?
Sure. All right, guys. So you have 10 to 12 athletes in your groups. So, which means we're going to be pretty pressed for time and trying to get you guys 2 attempts each. All right. So we want to make those 2 attempts, you know, your best attempts. So pay attention carefully to how the machine works, how your body needs to be, and just getting a good start and a good finish through the lasers. Okay. So each athlete will have 30 seconds to kind of prepare and get themselves into the correct stance to start. So whatever kind of ritual you have as an athlete to get set up, Mark's going to get set up here. He used to be a track athlete, so he's acting like he's getting in the blocks. You will have 30 seconds to get into your starting position. If you go beyond 30 seconds, we are going to have to scratch you. You will be warned by the judge that's sitting to your left that you have 10 seconds, you have 5 seconds, and then if you're stretched. All right, so.
Alright, so yeah, that's 30 seconds, but it's important to know, as you get set up, you have to be still for 3 seconds. So the judge is not going to call you ready once you're still for 3 seconds. So if I'm in here playing with the blocks, and I'm here kind of bouncing around or leaning, that's not still. You have to be still for 3 seconds. Your judge will be sitting to your left, calling you out, ready. And when he says ready, that's when you can go. Okay, so once he counts off, 1, 2, 3, you're ready to go, that's when you go. There's no somebody says go, you just go when you're ready. So once you're still for 3 seconds, that's it. All right, you want to talk about the lean?
Sure, yeah. So guys, very important, go ahead and watch this shit here. Mark's going to demonstrate a bad start. So what he's going to do is he's going to stay still, but he's leaning into the start. So that's a rocking start. That will be considered a bad takeoff. So the judge will have a whistle handy. If you hear the whistle, just go ahead and stop. It's going to be a bad,
yeah, it's false start. So once you're ready and then you start to lean before you go, just don't lean. Stay still and go from a still, or go from your still position. So once you're ready to go here, be still and go instead of leaning and going. All right, something you might want to practice at home. The tape is 8 inches apart.
Right.
So you can set it up on yourself, figure out which lead leg you're coming out of, figure out your starting position, figure out your starts. So as we all know, the starts is the biggest thing in the 40-yard dash. So want to give you a quick idea of how the equipment works and what position you need to have your hands in order to make it correctly timed.
So Mark's going to grab the camera here and I'm going to show you the correct way to start your movement. So guys, what's important here in the start is that your lead foot is behind the tape, all right? Now it can be anywhere behind the tape, anywhere you want, but it must be behind. It cannot be on top of the tape, all right? Same thing goes with your lead hand. Must be behind the tape and not on top. All right. Now your lead hand is very important. It must be on the tape right here, and it must be in this position. You can be in any kind of 3-point stance you want, but your lead hand must be in this position just so the laser that's shooting across here from the machine can read your hand. All right. Now if you're in a more traditional style 3-point stance, football 3-point stance, then it's not going to read you because it's shooting here. So you guys have hands need to be flat, just like this.
Just basically be in line of the beam.
Exactly.
So.
Okay, so if it's not in line of the beam, it's not going to read you, and it's going to give you a false start. All right. When you guys finish, here's the laser here. You just cross, and the time ends. All All right, and then you guys will have your official 40-yard laser time. Anything on top of that?
Stumbles?
Okay, guys, stumbling out of the blocks. Say you guys are stumbling here out of your start, take a bad step, you start falling. Really suggest you guys at least finish that so you can have some sort of score. Say you stumble on your first one, the second one is a bad takeoff, you're gonna scratch. So make sure you guys at least run through the line so you can have some sort of score.
So only 2 attempts. Make sure even if you stumble, run through the line.
Correct.
There will be no restarts.
No restarts at all. Time will not allow for it.
Cool.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys here at the 915 Combine, event number 2.